We are your official Wildcat and Lady Cat station, KSST 1230 AM, Sulphur Springs, Texas. It's time for Lady Cat Volleyball. Let's go to the campus of Tyler Junior College Flagstaff Gym, where this ninth game will be a BiDistrict game called by KSST Sports Director Don Julian. Don?
Well, James Terry, thank you very much, and welcome everyone into the Wagstaff Gym on the campus of Tyler Junior College for a BiDistrict match between the Hallsville Lady Cats and the Sulphur Springs Lady Cats. And we will evoke the Caldwell rule tonight, where obviously you can't have two mascots the same. That won't mean anything. We say Lady Cats. So the Lady Cats will be the Sulphur Springs Lady Cats tonight. And just for tonight's ball game, we will make Hallsville the Lady Bobcats. I know that's not what they prefer, but either that or they're just going to be Hallsville all night long, which happens when our Wildcats play Wildcats in some sports. One team is just called all night long by their town name. So we're just minutes away from the start of this one. A little bit late. This was a doubleheader here from Tyler Junior College. And in the first game, Lindale, who was the number 2 team in our district, defeated John Tyler. They were number 3 in District 16 5A, which is the district that Hallsville is from, and they are the champions of that district. They went through district play 13-1. Their only loss was the very first district game when they played White House, and then they proceeded to win 13 games in a row, and they bring that 13-game streak into this game tonight. Lady Cats are 23-17 on the season. Hallsville's season record is 30-12. When you've had a 30-win season, you know that it's really something special. And right now, the final hits are going on, practice hits. This is the part that's kind of crazy. The teams hit the ball at each other. They just kind of fire away. I was wondering how much Coach Bailey Dorner had talked about how that a lot of her girls had not experienced any playoff. And I got wondering how many had. And what I came up with was the loneliest number, 1. And that one player played 2 years ago, and that was Erica Van Bentham. She was on the roster when we played Wiley East and Royce City back on Halloween night back in 2017. So very shortly, and we're in the last minute of the warm-up, we will be getting to this one. Winner of this match, by the way, will play the winner of Forney or Joshua. And those teams actually played last night, but Max Preps and the UIL brackets did not record a result on that, so I don't know how that turned out. What we're hearing right now is kind of the ground rules for the auditorium, or for the gym here. And so they're telling the fans to behave and not curse anybody and all that kind of stuff. And it's been a nice experience here. We've received great competition, or great. They've been great. Let me just put it like that. Struggling for words. That's not a good start, but the horn goes off, and very shortly we'll see what the pregame amounts to. We missed the first game start, but we got here, and they were well into the first set when we arrived. John Tyler won that one, then Lindale won the last 3. Looked like John Tyler had a good chance to take it to a 5th set. They actually had a set point at 24-23, but Lindale took the last 3 points in that set 4 and ended up winning 3 sets to 1 and winning that last one 26-24. Lady Cats breaking the huddle, and now they are lining up for, look like they're lining up in numerical order to be introduced, and Hallsville doing the same. Fashion report, Hallsville in purple, numerals look, I would say, blue. They're outlined in gold. Their official colors are purple and gold. Royal colors. Let's pick up the PA announcer.
Sophomore, number 3, Abby Fisher. Sophomore, number 4, Aiden McDermott. Sophomore, number 5, Brooke Grimson. Sophomore, number 10, Mallory Pyle. Junior, number 11, Chloe Farrell. Junior, number 12, Maddie Bankston. Senior, number 13, Amy Thomas. Senior, number 14, Cassidy Cole. Sophomore, number 15, Emma Rogers. Junior, number 21, Ashley Jones. Junior, number 22, Mallory Higginbotham. Sophomore, number 23, Riley Rodriguez. Sophomore, number 24, Jaron Nelson. Junior, number 25, Lexi Herndon.
Now the Lady Cats, the home team.
Now for the home team, Sulphur Springs Lady Cats. Sophomore, number 1, Harris Pickett. Sophomore, number 2, Brooklyn Burnside. Junior, number 3, Sadie Washburn. Sophomore, number 4, Peyton Hammond. Junior, number 5, Shala Moya. Senior, number 6, Aaliyah Abram. Junior, number 8, Nala Lindley. Junior, number 9, Rage Ivory. Senior, number 10, Erica Van Bethel. Senior, number 11, Sydney Washburn. Senior, number 13, Kaylee Malone. Junior, number 14, Caroline Hurley.
Feels like a national anthem kind of moment here. Well, maybe they did that for the first game and that was adequate. The teams are now low-fiving underneath the net and getting ready to start this one here. Both teams huddling up, and they're Lady Cats, for our radio audience that can't see the live stream that's going on tonight. The Lady Cats are to our right, the Hallsville Lady Bobcats to our left. As we are on the home side here, up fairly near the top of this gym here. Doug strategically located us near the power plugs, as you would expect. And glad everybody is with us tonight. Hope there are some people that are tuning in from Hallsville. Our coach gave us the permission for the live stream, I want to say last Friday, so there's been some opportunity to share that information in the community. We don't always have that extra time. That just came together very rapidly. I talked to the coach the first time on Thursday, and she wanted to think some things over, talk with her AD, and call me back. And call the next day, and everything was straightened out. So we appreciate Coach Kara Collum, obviously doing a great job with this Hallsville team. And it would appear the Lady Cats will be serving first here, just the way it can. Yes, and the ball is being rolled to Aaliyah Abram, and so Aaliyah will serve to get us going here from Wagstaff Gym at Tyler Junior College. BiDistrict Volleyball, and here's Aaliyah's serve. It's a good one. Hallsville hits it once and twice, and the third hit is over, but wide. Point to the Lady Cats. They get the first point here. They lead 1-0. Another serve for Abram. Aaliyah bouncing that volleyball. Now a serve on the way, a good one. Here's a second shot by Hallsville, and a good kill there by the Hallsville Lady Bobcats, and we're tied at 1. Boy, Hallsville's numbers are extremely hard to read, especially on the front. They've got dark numbers on dark jerseys we'll do the best we can, but it's going to be hard. Here's a Hallsville serve, and it's a good one, hit by Leah Abram. Hammock sets it up, and Burnside with a try for the kill. Hallsville chasing, they keep it alive, but it went up into the ceiling, and that didn't give them a true bounce there, and they could not get the point. The Lady Cats leading 2-1. We're in set one, just underway, as Sydney Washburn checks out. And I think Sadie Washburn has checked in. Chella Moya is now serving for the Lady Cats. And Hallsville gets it over. The Lady Cats tried for a dig, but they could not get it up the floor. And we're tied at 2. And Hallsville serving. Well, I'm close to reading that number. I caught the first 2. There's a serve on the way. It's hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock sets up the net, and Sadie Washburn with a good kill for the Lady Cats. They're up 3-2. Now serving for the Lady Cats is Brooklyn Burnside. I think we mentioned the Hallsville uniforms. The Lady Cats in blue with the gold numerals. Serve on the way. Hallsville hit it. They hit it wide. It went over the net, but came right down in front of us. The Lady Cats up 4-2. And another serve on the way from Brooklyn Burnside. Brooklyn, a good serve. And a bad hit by Hallsville. Point for the Lady Cats. And the score goes to 5-2. So Burnside with another serve. Actually, they must have disallowed that point. We're still at 4-2. Hallsville sets up the net, pushes it over, and it looked like it went wide. Oh, Chillamoya dived for it, but did not make contact. And the Lady Cats are up 5-2. Another serve from Brooklyn Burnside. And Brooklyn serve on the way, a good one. That's a second hit for Hallsville, and over it goes. Hit by Sadie Washburn, popped up into the air by Hammock. Feathered over by Sadie Washburn. Hallsville keeps it alive up near the net. They get it across, but it went wide. Point for the Lady Cats, and they're up 6-2. And yet another serve for Brooklyn Burnside. And Brooklyn, into the net. That was a very low serve, and score goes to 6-3. And now, I got a number. Thank goodness. That was this is Aiden McDermott now serving for Hallsville. He actually turned around, and I got that nice big number. McDermott's serve is dug by Aaliyah Abram, popped up by Hammock, and hit by Nyla Lindley, but hit back across by Hallsville. Lady Cats got it back across. Hallsville kept it alive, but hit it into the net. Point for the Lady Cats, and they lead 7-3. And Sadie Washburn is back to serve for the Lady Cats. See, I don't need numbers with the Lady Cats. I've done enough games I can call them with that. They weren't wearing numbers. There's a serve by Sadie Washburn, and that's an ace. Went into the Sulphur Springs fan section down low. The Lady Cats are up 8-3. Sadie Washburn, another serve coming. Gets it over. Hallsville will set up the net, and they feather it over, hit high in the air. Peyton Hammock over to Paris Pickett, hit by Erica Van Bentham. Oh, that hit the ceiling, and that through. That's the second time that Hallsville has hit the ball up into the ceiling, and it has really been. They've had dreadful luck with that. And it's 9-3, that ceiling. And now timeout taken by Hallsville, Coach Kara Collum. So we'll take the break with them. We're in set number one. The Lady Cats are leading Hallsville by the score of 9-3. We'll have more right after this break. Early going of set number one. The Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs out ahead of Hallsville 9-3. And Sadie Washburn has another serve coming for the Lady Cats. Sadie's serve on the way, a good one, hit back. Well, it didn't go across. Hallsville tries to get it across, and the third one hit the top of the net and went back on their side. Lady Cats are up 10-3. And Sadie Washburn with another serve coming. And it's a good one. There's a second hit by Hallsville up toward the net. Oh, it was too much into the net, and young lady could not get it out of there, and the Lady Cats are leading 11-3. Another serve, Sadie Washburn. She's had quite a run here. Like a 4 in a row. And Sadie serve, a good one. Second hit by Hallsville. They'll feather it over. Good digs, Erica Van Bentham. And the Lady Cats just got it back over. The Lady Cats keep it alive. Sadie Washburn hammers away. It's hit back on the Lady Cat side, hit by Hammock. Popped up Paris Pickett to Sadie Washburn, and that one she did not clear the net. And a point for Hallsville, and the score is 11-4. And now a flourishing ponytail was in the way, but I did see the number. This is Amy Thomas. So serve by Amy Thomas of Hallsville. Got it over. Dug by Sadie Washburn. Hammock will set it up. Erica Van Bentham with a big kill. Boy, a beautiful setup there by Peyton Hammock. And Erica, it was in her wheelhouse, and she finished it. And the Lady Cats are up 12-4. And Peyton Hammock is now back to serve for the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs. First-year coach Bailey Dorner. And Hammock serve up near the net, and Hallsville pushed it over. Hammock hit it. Paris Pickett pops it up. Sadie Washburn got it across, and it just hit the court right back in the corner. Just nailed that corner. Very close back there. The judge with the flag, not hesitating. Lady Cats leading 13-4. And another serve coming. Peyton Hammock. And Peyton serve, a good one. Up near the net. Hallsville knocked it over. Good dig, Sadie Washburn. Peyton Hammock hit it back over, but she almost went through the net. She avoided the net, but her feet got underneath there. Point for Hallsville. Going under the net, and it's 13-5. Hallsville serve. And that one's on the way, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock sets it up. Erica Van Bentham with a good kill. That serve by Hallsville was made by Chloe Farrell. And the Lady Cats leading 14-5. They have looked really sharp, the Lady Cats have, in the first set. Paris Pickett with a good serve. It's up near the net. And Hallsville knocks it over. Good dig, Sadie Washburn. Popped up Erica Van Bentham, and Hammock hit it over. Hallsville will set up the net, and over it goes, but a miss on the kill try by Hallsville. Hit there by Cassidy Cole, but it went wide, and it's 15-5. And Paris Pickett is back to serve for the Lady Cats. A lot of youth on this team. Paris is serve. Hit by Hallsville. Oh, they backed up and then couldn't reach it. Lady Cats leading 16-5. Paris Pickett with another serve for the Lady Cats. Paris's serve is over. Hallsville's second hit and feathered over. Dug by Paris Pickett. Hit by Erica Van Bentham, and Hammock got it over. Hallsville sets it up near the net, and a good finish by Hallsville. See if I can identify that number. It's a good finish there by Cassidy Cole. And that makes it a 16-6 contest here in set one. And their libero is now serving. That number will be easy to read on that white jersey. Into the net. Serve there by Emma Rogers, wearing a white jersey. And white for the Lady Cats by Paris Pickett, the two liberos. Lady Cats leading 17-6, and Aaliyah Abram is back to serve again. She started the game with a serve. Abram's serve is over. Second hit by Hallsville, and over it goes, hit by Sadie Washburn. Popped up by Hammock to Sadie, and a good finish by Sadie Washburn, a strong kill. And the Lady Cats are leading 18-6. And Abram with another serve coming. Lady Cats really looked laser focused tonight. The best set I've seen in a long time. Good serve by Aaliyah Abram, hit by Hallsville. Right out of the stands, the second hit, and over it goes. Nice job, Hallsville. Hit by Paris Pickett, set up by Hammock. Sadie Washburn blast away and got a deflection off of Hallsville. And a point for the Lady Cats, and they lead 19-6. The hit went long, but was tipped, and another timeout taken by Hallsville. We're in set number 1. The Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs are up 19-6. Let's take a break here, and we'll be back in a moment. In set number 1, the Lady Cats are leading Hallsville by the score of 19-6. Aaliyah Abram is serving for the Lady Cats. You can bet Hallsville will warm up before this one's over. Aaliyah Abram with a serve. Up near the net and pushed over. Dug by Aaliyah Abram. Hammock sets it up to Sydney Washburn. She blasts away, but Hallsville keeps it alive, and they will hit it over. The Lady Cats are keeping it alive. That was the third hit, and it did not go across. Well, a point for Hallsville makes it 19-7. And Hallsville serving. And this one is hit by Abram. Hammock pops it up. Sadie Washburn blasts away for a kill for the Lady Cats. And the Lady Cats are leading 20-7. Chella Moya will check in. She will be serving for the Lady Cats. In set number 1, best 3 out of 5. Moya's serve, a good one, an ace by Chella. 21-7. Moya with another serve. A junior for the Lady Cats. And gets it over. Up near the net for Hallsville. They dumped it over. A nice kill there by Hallsville. She just directed that right down to the floor. And that was done by Ashley Jones. Actually found her on a basketball roster a couple of years ago in early 18 when 2 teams were playing as district foes. Serve is good by Jones, and Sadie Washburn feathers it over. Hallsville keeps it alive, and they'll return it. Dug by Abram. Hammock sets it up to Sadie Washburn. She blasted away. Hallsville got a pretty good block on it, but it stayed on their side, and the Lady Cats leading 22-7. And Brooklyn Burnside is now back to serve for the Lady Cats. Brooklyn serve on the way. And there's a setup near the net. And a point for the Lady Cats. They have given Hallsville an extra point. I don't know where that came from. Somewhere I missed a point. And the Lady Cats lead is 23-8. Brooklyn Burnside serve is a good one. Hallsville sets up the net and pushes it over. Dug by Moya. Hammock sets it up, and Aaliyah Abram blasted away. Nice finish by Aaliyah. She's an athlete. 24-8, the Lady Cats lead, and set point now, serving Brooklyn Burnside. And Brooklyn serve on the way, a good one. Second hit by Hallsville. This will have to go over, and does. Dug by Burnside, hit high in the air, Moya. Sadie Washburn hits it over, and it hit the sideline. The Lady Cats complete a magnificent first set where I don't think they made an error. It just was a clean as set as I've seen. I remember that wonderful night they had against Royce City at home where they just played so well, and this was every bit the equal of that, as the Lady Cats a very strong first set here from Tyler Junior College over Hallsville. And it's Sulphur Springs 1 and Hallsville 0 after the Lady Cats win by a surprising score of 25-8. And let's take a break. The teams have changed courts. The Lady Cats now to our left and Hallsville to our right. And we'll be back with the start of set 2 right after this break. And ready to start set number 2. Hallsville will be serving first as we start this set 2. We'll usually go back and forth, and then I think they maybe reflip or something for a set 5 if it goes to that tonight. There's Hallsville still trying to get their libero in, and now here she comes. For some reason, they cannot start a game, but but they have to sub in first official act. And their libero is going to serve first. This is Emma Rogers. Start set 2. Lady Cats up 1-0 with a 25-8 decision in set 1. The horn went off, and now we're ready to start here. And here's the Hallsville serve, and it's a good one, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up, and over by Erica Van Bentham. Hallsville keeps it alive and hit it up near the net, and they couldn't handle that. The ball was almost in the stands, and Hallsville was scrambling around trying to get it. Lady Cats leading 1-0. And Aaliyah Abram now serving for the Lady Cats. From Tyler Junior College. Aaliyah Abram served. And a second hit by Hallsville, and over it goes. A good kill by Hallsville, and that one was killed by Aiden McDermott. And we're tied at 1. And Hallsville serving. Hallsville serve on the way. A good one hit by Leah Abram. Second shot, Paris Pickett, over by the Lady Cats. Hallsville will set up the net. They get it over, and another kill by McDermott. Bailey had, our coach, Bailey Dorner, had talked about a middle that was really good for Hallsville, but then McDermott has been one of the brightest shining Hallsville stars in the early going. Hallsville serve, good, and an ace on the serve. See if that young lady will turn around. So, okay, I've got her. That was Cassidy Cole on the ace. And Hallsville is up in this one 3-1. And there's the serve. It's hit by Abram. Hammock pops it up to Sydney Washburn, and a good kill by Sydney Washburn. And the Lady Cats are trailing 3-2 now, and Chella Moya is in to serve for the Lady Cats. First set here tonight. John Tyler also won the first set, and that kind of set Lindell on fire, and they won the next 3. Chella Moya serve, a good one. Hallsville sets up the net, and into the net it goes. Couldn't clear the net that time, and we're tied at 3 here in set 2. And Moya with another serve coming for the Lady Cats. And Chella Moya gets it over. It was hit sideways, and the Lady Cats go up 4-3. They've scored the last 3. The last 2, and Chella Moya serves. And she's serving again now. Chella's serve on the way. Up near the net and pushed over again. The Lady Cats kept that one alive. This will have to go over, and does, by Hammock. Up near the net, it went over Burnside. Burnside with a left hand finish for the Lady Cats. I think that tickled her, but she did it with a left hand. Lady Cats are leading 5-3. She's normally a righty. Here's Chella Moya's serve, a good one. Hallsville will set up the net again. And that one hit, right on the back line. A good hit by McDermott again, and they are really feeding the ball to her. And she is delivering here. Lady Cats lead 5-4, but Hallsville with a serve. I think this is Jones. Jones with a serve, hit by Abram, and Lady Cats, they hit it over. Just a fist hit by the Lady Cats, and it hit on the sideline. My goodness. I think Sadie Washburn did that and then was shocked that it fell in. Lady Cats lead 6-4, Burnside with a serve. Hallsville will set up the net, and they push it over, hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets up Sadie Washburn. Her shot blocked, and the Lady Cats cannot get it back. It fell in their court. And the Lady Cats lead trimmed to 6-5 here in set 2. Lady Cats leading 1-0, winning the first one 25-8. Hallsville serving. And there's the serve by Hallsville. Went across the back line. Aaliyah Abram made a proper call to let that one go. And the Lady Cats are up 7-5. And Sadie Washburn is back to serve for the Lady Cats. Sadie's serve on the way, a good one, hit by Hallsville up near the net. They set up the net and drove it across. Sadie Washburn popped it up. Hammock hits it and over by Paris Pickett, and it's a good shot by Paris. Cannot be returned. The Lady Cats are up 8-5. Sadie Washburn to serve for the Lady Cats. Washburn, into the net on the serve. Makes it an 8-6 game. And in to serve now for Hallsville will be Amy Thomas. Thomas serving for the Lady Bobcats. Hit it over. Hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Erica Van Bentham with a good kill. Hit kind of a knuckleball over the net. And now they say a net violation on the Lady Cats, so the point goes to Hallsville. And the Lady Cats lead trimmed to 8-7, and Amy Thomas will serve again, trying to tie this one up for the Lady Bobcats. Apparently Erica got into that net. Thomas with a hit. Sadie Washburn pops it up. Hammock hits it back to Sadie, and she drives it across, but a good block by McDermott, who's been the star of this Hallsville team so far tonight. We're tied at 8. She's been their MVP so far. That might have been who Coach Dorner was talking about, but she definitely looks like an alpha female out there. There is such a term. Hit by Thomas, hit by Pickett and Hammock. Over to Sadie Washburn, who got it across. Hallsville keeps it alive. This is the third shot, and over it goes. Dug all the way back across by the Lady Cats. Hallsville resets it, got a hard hit. That one went up the ceiling. The Lady Cats saved it and got it across with a good hit by Nyla Lindley that hit the sideline. The Lady Cats are up 9-8. They'll have to chase that volleyball down as it ended up off the court, and it has been returned now to Peyton Hammock, who's serving. Lady Cats lead 9-8 here in set 2. Peyton serve, a good one. Here's the second hit by Hallsville, and over it goes. Dug by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Sydney Washburn blast away. Point for the Lady Cats. That hit the net and then twisted over and was hard to return, and the Lady Cats are up 10-8. Already leading sets 1-0. And Peyton Hammock with a serve. Second hit by Hallsville, and over it goes. Dug by Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it up toward Erica Van Bentham, who hits it. Hallsville keeps it alive. They send it toward the net and get it over. Erica Van Bentham the dig. Hammock sets it up. Sydney Washburn blast away with another kill. Another effective hit by Sydney Washburn. The Lady Cats leading 11-8. And Hammock with another serve coming. Lady Cats have scored 3 in a row here. 2 on serves by Peyton Hammock. And Peyton serve. Second hit by Hallsville. This will go across the net. Erica Van Bentham pops it up. Hammock dumped it over. Hallsville keeps it alive. This third shot does go over, hit by Erica Van Bentham. Hammock pops it up. Sadie Washburn drills away. Hallsville keeping it alive. This shot will have to go over and does. Hit by Erica Van Bentham high in the air. Paris Pickett pops it up and over by Sadie Washburn. Now Hallsville will reset the net and drive it over. The Lady Cats dig and hit it across too far. Boy, Nyla Lindley just popped that ball over the net, and it went all the way across the back line, just missing. And Hallsville gets the point, and they trail 11-9. I had the wrong server for just a second. Just another ponytail got in the way. And Hallsville now serving. Big blonde ponytail, into the net. And the Lady Cats leading 12-9. And Paris Pickett now serving for the Lady Cats. Have a 12-9 lead here in set 2. Paris gets the serve across, up near the net. Hallsville dumped it over. The Lady Cats kept it alive. Boy, that net person can really dump that ball. Hallsville hits it up near the net. They fight for it. The Lady Cats keep it alive. This third shot will have to go across. Does by Paris Pickett. And Hallsville will set up the net again. Drive it across. Dug by the Lady Cats and over by Erica Van Bentham. Had a deflection and back toward the back wall. Point for the Lady Cats and Erica Van Bentham. Lady Cats leading 13-9 here in set 2. Won the first one 25-8 with about the best set and a half of Lady Cats volleyball I have seen this year. Paris Pickett with a serve. It's over. Hit up near the net and driven over. The Lady Cats keep it alive. Hammock hits the second shot, and it was too much into the net, and Erica Van Bentham could not get it out of there. Point for Hallsville, and it's a 13-10 lead for the Lady Cats. And the libero now for Hallsville serving. This is Emma Rogers, a sophomore, and Emma's serve is good, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock sets it up to Erica Van Bentham, who drives it across. Knocked back across by Hallsville. Lady Cats got it back across. Hallsville keeps it alive right up in the net. Another left-handed job by Brooklyn Burnside. She's turned into a weapon with both hands. I've never seen her hit the ball with her left, and she's done it twice tonight. I did not know she had that in her repertoire. Lady Cats leading 14-10, and Aaliyah Abram is back to serve for the Lady Cats. And it's a good one up near the net. It's popped up and over, but blocked by the Lady Cats. A point for the Lady Cats on the block. And they lead 15-10 with Aaliyah Abram serving. Boy, this is reminiscent of something, and I'll tell you what it is in a while. There's a serve by Aaliyah Abram. And up near the net and over, but blocked by the Lady Cats again. Either Burnside or Sydney Washburn. And I think Sydney went over and congratulated Brooklyn on the serve. 16-10, Lady Cats lead, and timeout taken by Hallsville. We're in set 2. Lady Cats are leading 16-10, and they won the first 25-8. We'll take the break with them, and we'll be back in a moment. We're in set 2. The Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs ahead of Hallsville by the score of 16-10. Lady Cats won the first set 25-8. As again, the Lady Cats about as a laser-sharp focus as I've ever seen them play. I wasn't sure with all this inexperience and youth and no playoff experience how they would fare and how their nerves would be, but they just came out confident from the beginning in this one. Bailey Dorner, congratulations on getting them out there in good shape. Aaliyah Abram with the serve. Hallsville sets up the net, and a good, hard finish by Hallsville. And once again, McDermott, the force for Hallsville. 16-10. Let's see McDermott. What's her classification? A sophomore. My goodness. No. That's the wrong one. That's Cassidy Cole. Excuse me. I have been confusing those players. There's the serve by Hallsville into the net, and that was hit by Cassidy Cole. I apologize. I had got my wires crossed on 14 and 4, and that's been Cassidy Cole that has been a dominant player. The Lady Cats got that last point, 17-11 on the bad serve, and there's Chelamoya's serve into the net. So a couple of bad serves each side makes it a 17-12 contest. And serving now for Hallsville is Ashley Jones. And Ashley's serve is good, hit by Abram, popped up by Hammock. Sadie Washburn, she got kind of a low setup that time. Wait a minute. I think they called a deflection and a point for the Lady Cats. I thought that was a long hit. But the point for the Lady Cats, they lead 18-12. So a deflection called. And here's Brooklyn Burnside now serving for the Lady Cats. It's over, an ace by Brooklyn. Hit it between a couple of players. Lady Cats leading 19-12. And Burnside with another serve coming. Again, the Lady Cats really playing well. Burnside with the serve. Oh, that's going to go across the back line. All of a sudden, some serving woes beginning to come in here. 19-13. And this is Aiden McDermott, now serving. Sorry for the mix-up on the players. I just got those numbers in my head. McDermott serve, hit by Moya. Popped up Sadie Washburn. Aaliyah Abram, she hit it, tried to get clear of the net, and it kind of looked like a miss hit and just floated into the net. Hallsville back to within 5 at 19-14. And Aiden McDermott serving again. She is the sophomore. Cole is a senior. There's a serve and an ace by McDermott. A 19-15 game now. And Hallsville looks to be riding the ship a little bit here. Beginning to pick up some steam here in set 2. And McDermott gets it across. Hit by Aaliyah Abrams. Set up to the net. Feathered over. A kill by Sadie Washburn very softly right into a good spot. And the Lady Cats are leading 20-15. And back to serve is Sadie Washburn. Sadie serve into the net. Boy, all of a sudden the Lady Cats are killing themselves with some with bad serves and giving Hallsville a chance to creep back in this here. Lady Cats lead 20-16, but they've had a couple of bad serves and 3 or 4 in the set. Oh, and there's Hallsville with a bad serve. So something is catching in the building here. Makes it 21-16. And Peyton Hammock now serving. Teams just giving each other points like it's Christmas time. A little early for that. And Peyton Hammock with a good serve. The second Hallsville hit up near the net, feathered over. Good dig by Sydney Washburn, popped up by Hammock. Sadie Washburn delivers, and Hallsville keeps it alive and returns it. 2 hits for the Lady Cats, over by Paris Pickett. Up near the net for Hallsville, and they push it over, went wide. Point for the Lady Cats. They lead 22-16. Hammock with another serve coming. And Peyton's serve on the way. Here's the setup to the net for Hallsville. Over it goes, off of net players for the Lady Cats and out of bounds. And Hallsville back to within 5 at 22-17. Oh, try as I might, I just can't see through that ponytail. I think I caught an 11 there. This is Chloe Farrell. I believe that's correct. Farrell serve. An ace landed in front of Lady Cats. 22-18. Hallsville is back to within 4 as they're closing the gap here in set number 2. Farrell with another serve. It's over. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock sends it back to Sadie Washburn. She got it over the net. Hallsville will reset the net and drive it over, and it hit in the backcourt. Lady Cats let it go, and it hit back in there. And Bailey Dorner will take a timeout because Hallsville is coming back. And we're in set 2, and it's the Lady Cats leading Hallsville 22-15, but Hallsville narrowing the gap. Lady Cats won the first set. We'll be back in a moment. And Hallsville's Farrell set to serve again. Chloe Farrell is a junior. Lady Cats leading 22-19, but Hallsville has been narrowing the gap here, down by only 3. Farrell's serve hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will send it over to Sydney Washburn, and she drove it off the Hallsville players and ended up down on their court. And the Lady Cats lead 23-19. Paris Pickett now serving for the Lady Cats. Paris has been a great addition to the varsity since coming up. Good serve. Hallsville sets up the net and gets it over. Hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up and feathered over by Sydney Washburn. Hallsville returns it. Paris Pickett pops it up. Hammock sets it up. Oh, and it went too tall for Brooklyn Burnside, and the Lady Cats could not return it. So missed effort on that one, and the Lady Cats lead is down to 23-20. And the libero, Emma Rogers, now serving for Hallsville, hit by Paris Pickett. Hit by Hammock and over by Sadie Washburn. Hallsville keeps it alive. They set up the net, drove it across, and a violation hitting the net on Hallsville. And it is 24-20. Lady Cats have a set point here with Aaliyah Abrams serving, and they lead 1-0. Abram with the serve. It's a good one. Hallsville sets up the net and drove it. A deflection point for Hallsville. It went out of bounds, but deflected by the Lady Cats. Makes it 24-21. And now serving is Cassidy Cole. I believe that was a 14. There's the serve. Just got it across. What an ace serve that was. And that is Cole, and it's 24-22. Still set point. Has been for the last two, but it's now 24-22. And Cole serving again for Hallsville. The last one just topped the net. Another low serve. Lady Cats keep it alive. And Sydney Washburn drove it into the net. And it's 24-23. Hallsville has scored the last three, and Bailey Dorner calls timeout to try to restore some order here. We're in set two. The Lady Cats leading 24-23, and they won the first set. We'll be back right after this. Set two, and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs have seen Hallsville survive 3 set points, and they're down now only 24-23, and Cole serving for the Lady Bobcats. Here's the serve on the way into the net. Oh, my. And the Lady Cats win the second set 25-23. Well, it was some serving by the Lady Cats that kind of got Hallsville back in it. And then, boy, you just hate to... whatever your team is, you hate to see the decided by a serve like that. That's set two, and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs are up 2-0 on Hallsville, 25-8 and 25-23. So we're in the break between sets 2 and 3, as the Lady Cats will try to wrap it up, and Hallsville will try to come rallying back. And I have a feeling we haven't heard the last of that purple group over there. As a 30-12 team with a lot of pride, you can bet they'll be right back in this one as we move ahead. Let's take a break here, and we'll come back for the start of set 3 right after this. It's set 3 here from Wagstaff Gym at Tyler Junior College, and the Lady Cats lead 2-0 here, winning 25-8 and 25-23. And Erica Van Bentham is now serving to get us going here in set 3. Van Bentham serve, a good one. Oh, an ace. That one hit the floor. Hallsville tried to dig it off there. Officials say no, and the Lady Cats lead 1-0. Trying to wrap it up here in 3. And that would have to be an upset. There's no, anytime a 4 beats a 1, that is an upset. A big one. A good serve. Erica Van Bentham knocked back by Hallsville. Lady Cats set up Sadie Washburn. She hammers away. Hallsville keeps it alive and got it. Oh, the third shot into the net. Lady Cats up 2-0. Erica Van Bentham with another serve coming. And Erica's serve on the way. Hit by Hallsville up near the net. Oh, dumped over by their net player again, or their at the net, but the Lady Cats return it. It's up near the net. Hallsville pushed it over, hit by Paris Pickett, and over by Hammock, and she hit it just inside the court. Hammock flung it back across very hard, and it just hit in bounds, and the Lady Cats are up 3-0. Another serve coming, Erica Van Bentham. Talk about coming out roaring. Lindale in set number 2 tonight earlier, they went out to a 12-0 lead. Erica Van Bentham served. Hallsville will set it up and drive it across. Dug by Van Bentham all the way back across. Hallsville keeping it alive. This third shot is over, and it hits off Lady Cats, and then they can't return it. The lead is, Lady Cats lead down to 3-1, and now serving for Hallsville is Cassidy Cole. Cole for Hallsville. And gets it over, hit by Aaliyah Abram. And Sadie Washburn got a fist on it, and that was all. So Hallsville back to within 3-2. And Cole with another serve for the Lady Bobcats. And Cole's hit on the way, and it's a good one, hit by Aaliyah Abram. Hammock tried to get it over, blocked by Hallsville players, and we're tied at 3. Lady Cats scored the first 3 points, Hallsville the last 3. And checking in for the Lady Cats, this may be the first time I've seen Breasia Ivory play with the varsity. So Breasia now out there for the Lady Cats. Here's the Hallsville serve, and it's going to go wide. And the Lady Cats leading 4-3. And checking in to serve for the Lady Cats is Chella Moya. Breasia, quite an athlete. And here is Chella Moya with a good serve up near the net. Blocked by the Lady Cats. Hallsville keeps it alive and got it over. Lady Cats, this is their third shot, over by Paris Pickett. Up near the net. Lady Cats got a block. Sadie Washburn, I believe. Brooklyn Burnside was also right there with her. And the Lady Cats leading 5-3 with Chella Moya with another serve coming. And Chella's serve on the way, a good one. There's Hallsville's second hit. This will have to go over. They're scrambling. Oh, they were running toward the sideline, and the hit went into the net. And the Lady Cats are up 6-3 with Chella Moya serving. And Chella Moya with the serve, and it's a good one. Hallsville sets up the net, drives it across. Paris Pickett got a hand on it and went into the Sulphur Springs crowd. Point for Hallsville, and the Lady Cats lead is 6-4. And now serving is going to be Ashley Jones for Hallsville. Gets it over. Hit by Breasia Ivory. Second shot, Lady Cats, and then they can't get it over. Ivory's hit went into the net a little bit too much. Hammock couldn't do much with it, and then the Lady Cats could not return it. Hallsville back to within 6-5. The Lady Cats by 1. And Jones with another serve gets it over. Hit by Paris Pickett. Popped up in the air, Hammock, and driven over by Brooklyn Burnside. Hallsville will set up toward the net and get it over. Hit by Hammock and Burnside, and over by Chella Moya. Hallsville will set it up and get it over, and it went off of Chella Moya, but the Lady Cats got the point. There was a hitting error on Hallsville. And the Lady Cats leading 7-5. And Brooklyn Burnside serving for the Lady Cats. Burnside got it across. It's up near the net. Hallsville will set it up and drive it across. Oh, a nice finish there by Hallsville. And that was Aiden McDermott. Hallsville trailing 7-6, and McDermott goes back to serve now for Hallsville. And that time I got the right number. There's the serve, hit by Breasia Ivory. Hammock to Sadie Washburn, and it went off a Hallsville player on the deflection and back toward the back wall. Lady Cats are up 8-6. And back to serve is Sadie Washburn. Lady Cats leading 2-0 here. Oh, into the net. That was a low hit into the net. And Hallsville back to within 8-7. And I had a hard time tracking that number. Maybe a 10, but I believe it was. There's a good serve by Hallsville. Set up to the net, feathered over by Erica Van Bentham. Hallsville keeps it alive, and go! They hit into the net. Point for the Lady Cats. They're up 9-7. And back to serve is Peyton Hammock. She has the go-ahead now on the serve. And Peyton serve, a good one. Second hit by Hallsville, and into the net again by Hallsville. My goodness. Lady Cats leading 10-7. Hammock with another serve coming. And here's Peyton's serve. It's over the net just barely. Second hit by Hallsville, and over it goes. Dug by Sadie Washburn. Hammock pops it up. Sadie Washburn drives it across, and it's hit. Hallsville scrambling around, and finally it's in the second row, and they can't dig it out of there. Lady Cats leading 11-7 here in set 3, and the Lady Cats are up 2-0. Hammock with another serve coming for the Lady Cats. And Peyton, a good serve. Second hit by Hallsville. This will have to go over, and it's going to go across the back line for Hallsville. The Lady Cats are up 12-7. And Peyton Hammock with another serve. Timeout taken by Hallsville. Lady Cats lead in set 3, 12-7, and they won the first 2 sets. Let's take a break here, and we'll be back in a moment. Lady Cats leading in set 3, 12-7. The Lady Cats won the first 25-8, the second 25-23. A stunning situation right now, but far from over. And again, Lady Cats leading in set 3, 12-7, with Peyton Hammock serving for the Lady Cats. And Peyton with a good serve, and it's an ace off of a Hallsville player. It's 13-7. Lady Cats by 6. Still a long way to go, though, to 25. Seems like a long way when you need those final 12 points. Peyton Hammock, another good serve. Oh, I said a good serve. It was over, but it went wide right down in front of us. And point for Hallsville makes it 13-8. And Hallsville serving now, and I believe this is Farrell, Chloe Farrell for Hallsville. And over it goes, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock tosses it over. Hallsville tried to keep it alive, but they had an illegal hit. They got called for a double hit. And the Lady Cats leading 14-8. We haven't seen many of those tonight. Paris Pickett now serving for the Lady Cats. Paris hammers it across. Hallsville's second shot. This will have to go over, and does. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set up to Brooklyn Burnside, who hits it over. Hallsville keeps it alive and sets up the net. Feathers it over, hit by Erica Van Bentham and Hammock. And Sydney Washburn drives it across. Hallsville keeps it alive, resets the net, drives it across. Paris Pickett, and hit it all the way back across the net, but it went wide. Almost hit the official up in the eyrie, up in the Eagles' nest. And the Lady Cats lead trimmed to 14-9, and the libero now serving for Hallsville. This is Emma Rogers. So Rogers serving. Hallsville down by 5 here in set 3. And Rogers over, hit by Paris Pickett. Erica Van Bentham into that ceiling, and then across by Sadie Washburn. And Hallsville sets it up toward the net, and oh, it's too much into the net. A point for the Lady Cats. They lead 15-9. And Erica Van Bentham now serving for the Lady Cats. And Erica's serve on the way is a good one. Hallsville will set up the net, and a blast, but it went wide. Point for the Lady Cats. And they lead 16-9. So Erica Van Bentham, she had to chase the ball down, and now returns to the serving area. And has now been given the go-ahead here. And the serve by Van Bentham up near the net. And Hallsville will set up the net. Blasted down. Good kill there by Cassidy Cole. And she's been the most impressive of the Hallsville ladies, and McDermott has been close. 16-10 now. And now serving is Cassidy Cole. For Hallsville, they trail by 6 here in set 3. And Cole got it across, hit by Ivory, and hit by Sydney Washburn, and then the Lady Cats could not get it back across. They were really chasing on that one and just were in trouble from the beginning. 16-11, and Cole with another serve for Hallsville. And here is the serve by Cole. Gets it over, hit by Breasia Ivory, who just went over the net, and that was a cleanup job. That's what happened. That ball barely clears the net, and Ashley Jones cleaned it up for Hallsville and makes it 16-12. Hallsville cutting the margin down to 4, and Cole with another serve. She's had some good moments back there serving for Hallsville. And got it across, hit by Breasia Ivory, hit by Hammock, and over by Sydney Washburn. It went across the back line. Hallsville is coming back. They're down by 3 at 16-13. And another serve coming for Cole. Hallsville has scored 4 points in a row since being down 16-9. And Cole with another serve and got it across, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will pop it up to Sadie Washburn, and she hit it off of net players for Hallsville on the deflection, point for the Lady Cats. And that stops the bleeding for them, and they lead 17-13, and Chelamoya is in to serve. Chelamoya for the Lady Cats, and her serve into the net. Oh, my. 17-14. And Ashley Jones is back to serve now for Hallsville as they trail by only 3 at 17-14. And it's over, hit by Paris Pickett. Burnside pops it up and over by Hammock. Hallsville will set up the net, drive it across the back line, and no deflection, point for the Lady Cats. And they lead 18-14. And Brooklyn Burnside back to serve for the Lady Cats. Up by 4 here in set 3. Burnside, a good serve. Hallsville sets up the net and drives it across, hit by Ivory, popped up by Hammock. Sadie Washburn drives it, hit the back line. Oh, a good kill by Sadie. Almost too long, but almost just like in hand grenades is enough. 19-14, and Burnside with another serve. Horseshoes and hand grenades, they say, and almost. There's a Burnside with a good serve. Hallsville will set up the net. Oh, there's nobody there. Nobody can get there. The Lady Cats are up 20-14. Another serve coming for Burnside. Brooklyn bouncing that to volleyball and waiting on the official, and now there's the go-ahead from the up in the Eyrie. Good serve by Burnside. Second set and over by Hallsville, hit by Ivory. Hammock pops it up to Sadie Washburn, and she hammers it into the net. That was a fourth hit that went across. And it's 20-15. Lady Cats by 5. And I believe this is McDermott serving. I believe that's a 4. Kind of looks like her. And here is her serve. It's over, hit by Ivory. Hammock pops it over, and it went wide, just wide. Oh, but a point for the Lady Cats, and so a malfunction on the side of Hallsville of some sort that the officials picked up. Lady Cats leading 21-15. Sadie Washburn the serve. Hallsville will set it up and hammer it over. Popped up by Sadie Washburn and Hammock. And Erica Van Bentham hit off of Hallsville players. And the Lady Cats are up 22-15. They've spread that lead back to 7. And Sadie Washburn with another serve for the Lady Cats. Timeout taken Hallsville. Lady Cats leading in set 3, 22-15. They won the first 2 sets. They're trying to wrap it up in 3. We'll take a break. Back in a moment.
Respect for those who play, coach and officiate.
Set 3, Hallsville just now coming out of their huddle. The Lady Cats are on the court. They lead 20. The Lady Cats lead 22-15. They won the first 2 sets. They're trying to wrap this up in 3, which would be a stunning upset. Sadie Washburn to serve. A 4 trying to beat a 1 here. Serve by Sadie Washburn, a good serve. Hallsville's scrambling around, and they got it across. Lady Cats dig it out of bounds. Point for Hallsville, and they're down by 6 at 22-16. And now serving for Hallsville will be Mallory Pyle. For Hallsville, the serve on the way is a good one, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up. Erica Van Bentham drove it across, but Hallsville keeps it alive. This third shot is over. Paris Pickett pops it up. Hammock sets up Erica Van Bentham. She pushes it over. Hallsville knocked it back across. Lady Cats keep it alive. Sadie Washburn takes a flying lunge at it and blasted it into the Hallsville court to pick up a point. And the Lady Cats lead 23-16. Peyton Hammock with the serve. Lady Cats 2 points away here. There's Peyton Hammock's serve, hit by Hallsville. They'll set it up and drive it across. The Lady Cats keep it alive. They'll set up Erica Van Bentham, and her shot looked like it hit the out-of-bounds mark. Point for Hallsville, and they trail now 23-17 here in set 3. And back to serve for Hallsville now is Chloe Farrell. So Farrell serving for Hallsville, gets it over. Hit by the Lady Cats, second shot, and over by Sadie Washburn. Hallsville keeps it alive. They set up the net and hit it over, and the Lady Cats can't handle it. And Hallsville coming back now. They're at 23-18, but they're still down by 5. But they've scored the last 2 points with Farrell serving for the Lady Bobcats. Their serve is over, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up. Erica Van Bentham shot blocked. Lady Cats keep it alive. They send it back over to Erica Van Bentham. She hits it back across, and Hallsville, their third shot, they got it across. Paris Pickett to Hammock, sets up Erica Van Bentham. She drives it across and hit the back line. The Lady Cats with set and match point, leading 24-18 with Paris Pickett serving. Down below us, watching the game, Day Hall and Cameron Kahn from the Wildcats basketball team. And here is Paris's serve. Second hit by Hallsville, and they drive it across. Good dig by the Lady Cats. They'll set up. Sydney Washburn drives it across. Hallsville keeps it alive. A good kill by Hallsville. A beautiful setup and a nice kill. And once again, that was their real delightful player there, Cassidy Cole. And it is 24-19, so Hallsville survives a match point and a set point. And here's the serve by Hallsville. Hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Sydney Washburn drives it across. Hallsville sets up the net and drives it over. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it up to Erica Van Bentham. Her shot blocked by Hallsville. A beautiful block by Cole. And it is 24-20. And timeout taken Bailey Dorner. She doesn't want this to go much further. Lady Cats leading in set 3, 24-20, but Hallsville has just avoided 2 set points and match points. The Lady Cats leading 24-20, and they won the first 2 sets. We'll be back in a moment. Emma Rogers, the libero for Hallsville, now serving. Or serving again. And Hallsville trailing 24-20 here in set 3. Here's the serve on the way, a good one hit by Erica Van Bentham. The second shot by the Lady Cats, but there was a problem into the net, and point went to Hallsville. The Lady Cats are celebrating, but I thought Hallsville got the point. But that's going to be it. Hallsville, now there's a question now, is they're going to sort this out. I thought that they had signaled that Hallsville had gotten the point, but the Lady Cats thought they had gotten the point, and the celebration began, and then they quieted down, and now there's a thoughtful discussion going on. Hallsville asking the official in the Eyrie about that point. So we are still pending here at 24-20. And now Ashley Jones, obviously one of the captains, going over and now talking to her coach, Kara Collum. And again, an appeal to the official. That ball went kind of up into the net. I thought and that is it. The Lady Cats have won this one. The point went to the Lady Cats, and we end on an odd note there. But Sulphur Springs has upset Hallsville in 3 sets. The first one, 25-8, 25-23, and then 25-20. And I told you earlier that this reminded me very much, and once again, the strange happenings on Halloween night of 2017 when the Lady Cats, one of the best teams in their history, a 28-win team that I think was tied for the district championship that year and maybe won in a playoff. I can't remember all those details, but it was one of the best teams ever, a number 1 seed in the playoffs, and they were playing a number 4 Wiley East, and Wiley East played like their lives depended on it. And for some reason, the Lady Cats just looked flat as a pancake. And Wiley East took that match in decisive fashion. A shocking result, and that's got to be the feeling in Hallsville right now, as they just cannot believe this, as the Lady Cats have won this one 3-0 in some of the best volleyball. And now they're taking pictures, and so they're kind of enjoying the cameras. And there are numerous. Doug, can you count all of the parent phones down there and fan phones? So an amazing thing. Doug taking his picture too, and getting also the photogs probably in the background. I don't know. He might be cutting them out. But interesting anyway. There's a lot of pictures being taken of this proud Lady Cats team. A miraculous win. And once again, the Lady Cats will now be playing in the area competition either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And they will either be playing, as Carmen Hammock just gave her daughter a huge hug. That is a fierce bear hug there, Ms. Hammock. As Peyton enjoyed every moment of it, I'm sure, and Coach Hammock probably enjoyed watching that going on. The Lady Cats will now play either Forney or Joshua, whoever won last night in that contest. And again, earlier today when I was looking for the answer before we made this drive to Tyler, I could not find who won that game last night. Max Preps did not have it, and so and I think they fuel the UIL's brackets, and so the UIL bracket did not have it. But when I get back to the station, I will be checking those brackets out to see if we have an answer. And Bailey Dorner probably already has an idea who she'll be talking to. If she doesn't, she's going to get a phone call soon from one of those teams saying, hey, we need to talk. So there's just no telling where that contest will be played. And we played Forney in playoffs several years ago. And Coach Manus, it seemed like his very first year maybe he played Forney. And Joshua, I just remember us playing them in baseball last year. Coach Hammock would probably just soon forget that, because that did not turn out well for the Wildcats. But the Lady Cats win this one again, 25-8, 25-23, and also 25-20. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Boy, an improbable night. You just don't want this one to end, as the buzz from this one will feel good for a long, long time. I would say, without a doubt, some of the best volleyball that we've seen the Lady Cats play this season, and they win their BiDistrict contest over old foe Hallsville, old district foe, 3-0. James Terry running spots back at the station. Doug Hastings shooting video for replay on Channel 18. And since Hallsville is no longer playing in the UIL playoffs, this game will be posted immediately to YouTube, because that was our agreement, that we would not post it until they were through with all of their games that they were going to play in the playoffs. I'm Don Julian with your play-by-play. Thank you so much for listening and watching this evening. And so long, everyone.